Hi guys, this is Ails from Ails Gaming TV, and for today's video we're going to talk about how to build a decent Holy Bow Blade Stalker for PVE. A lot of you guys have been asking me to create a guide for this build, so I just want to let all of you know that I can hear you out and I will do my best to create the video for any of your requests. Also, before we begin, I've seen that 97.5% of our viewers are still not subscribed to our channel, so please like and subscribe. This will really mean a lot to me and will help me stay motivated to continue creating videos for everyone. Take note, this video is an F2P guide, so if you have more materials to spend, then you can take this video as a resource for some ideas and make a better Holy Bow Blade Stalker than every one of us. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump right into the video. As we all know, Holy Bow Blade Stalker is currently one of the best crowd control units that is very versatile and can provide decent amount of damage in some dungeon runs such as Endless Tower. So first, we're going to talk about stats. For this one, it's best to pump your agility until you get max attack speed since it's crucial for you to proc more radiant strikes. Then you can max out strength since this is your main stat. If you guys are wondering why not Dex, then you can check out my 6 FAQs for Holy Bow Blade Stalker video. But if you're lacking a bit of hit stats and always missing a ton of attack, especially when you're trying to farm high level mobs, then you can put some in Dex. You can also consider luck for you to have some critical chance because why not? Critical also works with crossbows, so this will definitely boost your DPS. Next is the weapon and armor set. For weapon, of course, Holy Bow, since this will be the main thing you need to pull off this build because Holy Bow grants you the ability to auto-cast Radiant Strikes. And for the armor set, I suggest the tier set for higher raw attack and damage numbers. Or you can use the rider set if you lack a bit of attack speed. Next will be skills. For the thief skills, I suggest you prioritize getting utility skills such as hiding, backslide, and shield dodge. Then you can get your passive skills like double attack and increased dodge. For rogue skills, you can prioritize getting raiding strikes, crossbow blade mastery, powerful raids, and rampage. This will definitely affect your DPS, so these skills are a must. Then you can put the remaining stats on a compulsory discount and stealthy. For the stalker skills, I highly suggest copy since this will be a crucial part of your build because it will allow you to copy certain skills from monsters, such as True Sight, Enchant Deadly Poison, Concentration, and many more. Then you can get Slyness and Surprise Attack for more DPS. You also need to get Graffiti, Counter Intuition, Shadow Seeking, and Backstab for situational purposes. After that, you can allocate your remaining skill points wherever you like. Next will be cards. For the weapon, it's still best to use size, racial, or elemental cards, since the damage multiplier it gives will definitely increase the DPS of your radiant strikes. But if you have a Baphomet MVP card, then it will be the best in slot since it gives you a 100% chance to proc radiant strikes. And you'll be able to use damage increase cards on other slots such as accessory slot. If you want to see more about the MVP Baphomet card, you can check out my Baphomet card test video. Next, for the armor, you can use elemental armor converter cards for additional survivability. For the shoes, garments, and headwear, I suggest you use any card that gives agility and strength. And for the mouthwear, facewear, and backwear, you can use cards depending on the mobs you're farming. Last but not least, for accessory cards, you can choose any card that has an auto-cast skill since you will need it to proc Radiant Strike. But I highly suggest that you use those auto-cast skills that rely on physical damage such as Orc Archer, Stemworm, or Injustice. Alright, so right now we'll proceed with beer scores. For the basic skill, I highly suggest you prioritize Momentum for attack speed, Mana Link boost, Core Overload and Aftershock for DPS increase, and Holy Light Shield for defensive and offensive purposes. For the advanced skill, it's best to get Corrosive Poison for more damage multiplier when using Enchant Poison, Heart of Raid to increase auto-cast chance, Corrosive Arrow if you're planning to manually use Piercing Shot for debuffs, and the most important one, Malice for you to be a crowd control monster. Alright, so now we will proceed with the feathers. At this point in the game, I suggest you use Raven's Hour since you can just distribute your resource evenly on each set. By the way, I'm currently using a glass cannon PVE setup, so I don't have much resources in my defense feather. But if you think that you need more defense, then you can follow this setup I'm using. So for the offensive feathers, I suggest you use Sky, Day, Time, Space, and Valor. Even though Space Feather is technically for PvP, we're going to use it since we need the effect of Raven's Hour to get more ignore depth. The reason behind this is that Stalker have low ignore defense stats compared to other classes. For the defensive feathers, I use Nature, Divine, Dark, Light, and Truth feathers to get a little bit of reduction while still prioritizing damage increase that came from those feathers. Just a quick tip, it's much better in the long run if you scatter your resources evenly with each set you prioritize to use, since leveling up a single set of feather to the max is not that efficient since you'll only get minimal increase. For medals and statues, it's already self-explanatory. Just get the ones that affect physical attack, physical damage increase, ignore depth, raw stats such as strength, luck or dex, PVE damage increase, or damage increase to certain targets such as racial, size, and elemental. Take note that I just have some magical attack stats since I'm an auto attack battle priest before switching to Stalker. You can also check out my video about it on my channel. So for the last part, enchants. They said to save the best for last, that's why I choose this one as the last thing to discuss since there are still ongoing discussions in some Stalker communities about legendary bow and fighting spirit. So going back, for enchantment, I suggest you prioritize getting duel, sharp battle, and fighting spirit. Yes, you heard it right, fighting spirit since crossbows are considered melee. That's also the reason why our main stat are strength. So that's it. I hope I was able to help you learn more about how to build a Holy Bow Blade Stalker for PVE. You can comment down below if you think I missed some information about our discussion, or if you have any suggestion for what to tackle next. Also, always remember to play this game at your own pace, never get burned out, and always have fun. Till next time, peace!